Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name's Cam and today we are doing the intro to all of my GlamLite videos because I just got my box in the mail and I literally cannot wait to open these up. I have opened up 1 out of the 5. I did use Allie Dawson's discount code, which is 50% off. If you don't know who Allie Dawson is, I strongly recommend you go check her out. She's doing Vlogoween this month. So now I gotta film these videos and get them transferred to my laptop so I can film with them or post them because they just launched. So GlamLite just launched the collection, this collection here. Trying not to glare you, there you go, with my lights. It came with 4 palettes, 2 highlights, and then 5 glosses. I only bought the palettes because I have a lot of lip glosses and a lot of highlights. So yes, and I just wanted to open these, but I wanted to get the like my reactions like on camera because I don't own anything from GlamLite and their packaging is just so bulky and kind of wonky and hard to store. So I was just waiting and then they launched these and I just thought, whew, okay. And then my GlamLite package came and it was there was so much bubble wrap in it, and me and my fiance are gonna have a lot of fun popping that tonight. I popped 1, but I'm saving the other 4 for me and him tonight because he really likes bubble wrap. So now we're just gonna get into the 4 palettes from the newest collection. Again, so they're individually in their bubble wrap and they are also surrounded by bubble wrap in the box, so that's super nice. I'm probably going to review, which is my second to least favorite. I'm probably gonna love all of these, just saying, is this one here. This is the Margarita palette, and on the top part you have the little things, you know, like the candies that you have to pull up the side on it, just like that, and rip it off. So again, here is what this one looks like. These would be great like decoration pieces, so hopefully if I get something right there I can decorate with these. You open it up, here is what the palette looks like. Pink packaging. This one has like little I don't know if you can see them. Oh yep, you can. And then this says tequila on it. Not a big tequila drinker. I love margaritas. There's this brand I really love by Margaritas. I will probably be drinking one when I film with this, just because festive, you know. And again, on the back you have your nutrition facts and all of that, all of the ingredients and all of that. Again, you get a mirror in there, and here's what this one looks like. Oh, it's just so gorgeous, like this shade here. I just want to dip my finger into it. Like, look at that. The pigmentation of that is just gorgeous. I'll pick 2 shimmers from the next 2 shades, but again, I'm thinking 3 looks with this one as well, doing a 3 looks 1 palette video encompassing each of them. So yeah, and I'm just gonna stick it right back in there until I have the time to film with it. But I'm excited to use these. I'm so excited. Just for in comparison, all of the packagings are a bit different. So you've got the brown one with the like chocolate on it. You've got this pink one with like some lighter pink, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, droplets or jelly beans is kind of what they look like to me. You get one that has a gradient to it where it's lighter in the center, and then one that's just a flat purple. So, all right, I came up with an order. So I was gonna do the chocolate one first, but like after looking at it, I kind of like the color scheme just a little bit more than the pink one. Not that I don't like colorful, it's just it's not the type of year for it. Like if I'm gonna do something colorful, I want it to be like in the summer, in the spring, and it's fall and winter right now. So I'm gonna be doing this one first, and then I will be doing my chocolate martini second, which has pinky neutrals, warm tone neutrals, cool tone neutrals, so I might do one with each. if that makes sense. And I will be doing 3 looks with each of these, its own dedicated video. And then this one here is the wine. I'll be doing this one third, and I think I like this one the most out of all of them, which is the Dirty Martini. And here is what that one looks like again. So I am truly excited that I bought this collection. They are like a decent size palette, not too small, not too big. They've got 15 shades. They were $35 each. And I think this one here was like $48. I'm not totally sure, but I did get like $35 off of my entire order using the Allie Dawson code, and she does get commission off of that, so she'll probably explain that in her video, but like it's just gorgeous. So I will be doing a dedicated video on each 5 of these eyeshadow palettes. I'll be doing the ice cream one last just because it's an older palette and I'm more excited about these at the moment. So yes, thank you for tuning in with me, and we'll get right on into the looks. I will have live swatches of each eyeshadow palette, and then I also will do 3 different looks and give you my final opinions at the end. So I want to thank you in advance, and if you like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. I will jump right on into the looks. All right, everybody, I am back from the gym, and we are going to be diving into the Margarita palette. Yes, it's with tequila. Here is what the palette looks like. Once again, I think I'm going to do 4 looks with this palette because I have 4 looks in mind that I want to do. So we're just going to get on into it. I'm going to do 1 look on each eye, and it is late in the evening, so I can end up with 2 different looks on each eye. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to kind of like, we're not going to judge my hair. The first look that I did want to do with this eyeshadow palette, so I know I want to do something like orange and yellow, and then I kind of want to use like some of these shades. I don't know. So we're just going to give you a rundown swatch. So I'm going to swatch by, that's rose, because columns are down. So we're just going to swatch all of them first. Okay, so I kind of swatched from the bottom up. We have fresh pineapple, tasty mango, presidente, melon, and then spicy jalapeno. Then we have tamarind, pink lemonade, watermelon, blue caruco. I'm probably butchering that, but, and then we have on the rim up here at the top. So some of the lighter mattes in here are not swatching the best. However, like that's perfectly fine for me. So it all depends on how they perform on the eyes. I did buy this with my own money. So, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with how I feel. Okay, starting again, we have Tequila Gold, Shot Time, Blood Orange, Prickly Pear, and Strawberry. So I know I want to do like a blue look, a green look, a yellow and orange look, and a pink look. So we're gonna just like go right on ahead with doing it. So I think I want to do my blue and green. No, I'm going to finish with my blue and greens. First, I'm going to go with my yellow look, and then we'll go to my pink look. So I already have primed my eyes. Maybe I should make sure there's no creasing. I did not set anything down. So first, I'm going to go in with Blood Orange, which is this orange shade down here. And I'm going to be using like a packer brush. This is the ColourPop E22. So I did swatch this off so there's no like shade left on the brush. So I'm just going to be dipping this straight in, tapping off the excess. And what I am going to do is I'm going to look straight down and I'm going to pack this on the outer portion of my lid here. I find that Tati said to do this and it just kind of works. She said it for the crease, but I tried it out for my outer corner and I just love the way it looks. And again, when I film, it doesn't get you the mirror like right in your way. So now I'm gonna look up and kind of like blend that out just a bit more. Again, just looking down and kind of blending that into the crease, packing it on. Again, you see Henry. Now I'm gonna look up. I only dipped into that shadow once, and I mean, it's looking, if I turn you, it's looking pretty good. Actually, let's just move so you can see it. It's looking pretty good so far. Like, I cannot see any patchy anything. I'm gonna go into yellow directly now to go in. So the first shade was blood orange, if I didn't say that before, and now I'm going into this shade in tasty mango. So I'm gonna dip my brush right on in that, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna look down. Okay, now I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it in the viewfinder, and that was just one dip, and that's a very light color yellow, and I'm gonna dip. Again, I'm probably gonna have to dip into this yellow a few times just because of how like light it is and how punchy I want it to be, if that makes sense. Just sweeping it back and forth. Now I'm gonna dip more, and I'm just going to pack it in the crease and see how that looks. Okay, you can really see this yellow, like it's, and I don't want to put any more orange down because I want this yellow to be kind of like the star of the show, if that makes sense. That was 3 dips into the pan. The orange was only 1 dip, but the yellow was 3 dips into the pan, back and forth. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit more, and instead of focusing it in the crease, I'm going to focus it like over the orange and try to get it to like mute it out a little bit, if that makes sense. Just blending it right together and kind of sweeping that back. So the orange is still standing out, and oh, I drop everything. You should know this by now. But the orange is still like there, but it also has some of that yellow like mixed right into it, and I think it's looking pretty dang good. Next, I think I'm gonna take this shade here, which is in the shade Fresh Pineapple, and I like to do this one like looking straight at it. So look at that. Just flippin' gorgeous. And this shade was completely dry when I put it on. I kind of want to manipulate it a bit, so I'm gonna pick up a little bit more on my finger here, and then I'm going to, that was only 1 dip in the pan, by the way. I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray and kind of like shake my finger around so the setting spray gets immersed on all of the pigment, not just on the pigment that it touches, if that makes sense. I don't know my reasoning, I just kind of do stuff. And kind of layer that on top, mainly in the inner portion. So you can see how pigmented it is in the inner portion compared to like the outer portion, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going to drag it the rest of the way. I'm going to take a clean finger and kind of blend this outer portion just a little bit to make sure it's not this harsh line. So there's what that looks like. Now I'm gonna dip back into this yellow brush. I'm not gonna get it like dip it back in. I'm just gonna go straight in, looking down, and kind of redefine that crease just a smidge bit. Get the shimmers off that I need, and also on these outer corner just a smidge to get that color kind of like laid right back on top. But so far, I see no problems with pigmentation, no problems with anything yet, but there's still lots to try. So, now I think I said I was going to do a pink look, so we're going to dip right on into that pink. Okay, I'm just going to use the same brush I had before. I did clean it really quick, so that won't be an issue. I'm first going to go in with the shade right here called Strawberry. For me, I don't know, recently I have been loving laying down mattes first, and I'm going to definitely look down when I do this. It is like you can see it and it's like punchy. Like it's definitely there, but it's not as red as in the pan. So I'm just gonna dip just a wee bit more into that. Again, looking down, dispensing product mainly at the bottom of the lash and kind of moving it up and working it into the outer portion of the crease. Okay, so we have this. Now I'm gonna look up and kind of blend out that line, trying to keep below the edge to try not like buff the color out anymore. Just focusing, blending. And so far I see no patchiness, no like anything like that. So next I'm gonna go into this shade here called Watermelon. Kind of diffuse the two together. I'm gonna go in with the second pass of the Watermelon shade, tap it off, kind of tap it back in. I think we're gonna hit the same problem as we did with the yellow, having to go in two or three times to get the color payoff that we are searching for. But for me, that is not a problem. I would rather it be a little lighter than I intended and have to work it up rather than being too impactful and not knowing what to do with the mess that I just created. So, okay. So here's what it's looking like now, which I think we could stop there. We could, but again, the shade I just used was Watermelon. I'm gonna take this Tamarind shade right here, and I'm just gonna lightly take it. I'm gonna look down and put it right over the top of the pink, kind of higher to kind of get it to diffuse out just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty. Now, first I'm gonna take this shade here. I think it's called Prickly Pear. Yep, it's Prickly Pear, and I'm gonna put it on this outside edge, kind of. Ooh, look at that shift. Can you see it? Do I have to move you over here? Can you see that pink blue shift? Granted, I don't have very much of it down just yet. Look at that flip. Can you see it? It's like pinky blue. And I don't know if it's picking up. I don't think it's picking up on camera, but still gorgeous. Next, I'm going to take this shade here in Pink Lemonade, and I'm going to focus this on the inner part of my eye. Here's what that one looks like. I'm trying to get you at a good like angle for lighting. It is super late and rainy today, and it's super dark, but this shade here's got this purpley blue flip, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of lightly dust these with my original. I want to see how punchy I can get these shimmer shades. So first we're going to take the shade Pink Pear, and we're going to spray it with a bit of setting spray. Tap it over this pinky, purpley blue shift. Oh, and that looks gorgeous. Okay, next I'm going to go back in with Pink Lemonade, and again, spray that, shake my finger a little bit, and then pack it on the inner corner here. Now you can see the shift, I think, but it just, okay. Now I'm going to go off camera and finish the rest of the look, and I will be back. Okay, we are gonna go and do the rest of our face, and we will be back, and then we will wipe it all off and do it again, because I really want this video to go up tomorrow. So it might be a late upload, but I have to take a friend of mine to a doctor's appointment because he can't drive afterward. So yeah, we're gonna finish the face and we will discuss how everything looks. All right, guys, face is done. I did use my matte primer from Wet n Wild, and I mixed my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue with my Huda Beauty. I feel like my complexion's looking better than it did the first time I did this combination because of the primer, but it's not something I totally love. So we're gonna try that a few more times, see how that goes. But we're back to finish the eyes. The full face is done. I used like a nude pink blush, if you can see that. But now I'm gonna go and finish the under eyes and do my lips with you. So first I'm going to take just a smudgy brush here, and I'm gonna go into, oh, maybe I should do the yellow first. So we're gonna go back into blood orange here. Looking straight at it just because I don't want to make a big mess, and I'm just going to kind of bring that out up here, and we're gonna go back in with the same brush we used for the yellow into Tasty Mango, and we're going to smudge that out on the lower lash line. Tiny little brush here, and I'm gonna go into Fresh Pineapple just on the tip here, and we're gonna put it just on this inner corner part at the bottom. Very simple under eye completion. And for the pink one, I'm going to use the same brush as I did on the other eye after I've dusted it off, and we're gonna go into Strawberry here, and we are gonna dip straight in and connect at like the outer three, not bringing it all the way to the center. And then I kind of want to dip into Tamarind here and then dust that off a lot because I picked up a lot. We're going to start at this outer portion and kind of lightly buff it out and up top. Okay, now we're going to throw on some mascara. The one in my Shop My Stash already is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This mascara is with 2 coats of my Better Than Sex. I like it. Now we're going to do my inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take a different tiny itty bitty little brush. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow, and here's what mine looks like. And we're just going to put that right here on the inner corners. And then up on the brow bone here. Okay, so I'm kind of loving this as an inner corner highlight because if you can see on this side, it's pulling more gold, and then on this side, it's pulling more pink. So I didn't realize that this could do that. Like, it might just be in my head, but I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. But like, you've got like a gold and then a pink, so like that, enjoy that. We're just gonna take my Jeffree Star lip liner here. So here is the yellow one to adore, because I adore it. And then the pink one here. I honestly love these 2 looks. Like, they look divine. Like, I love this blue pink like color that it's got going on, and it just looks like, see, you can see the gold and then like the pink. Like, it's just gonna imitate the shades that are around it, which is kind of cool if you ask me. But there's the first two looks. Now I'm gonna go take this all off, cook dinner, and we'll be back for round 2 with 2 more looks. I was gonna do just one, but it is late in the evening, so might as well just do 4. I think I'm gonna do definitely a blue look and then more of a green look. So we will see how that goes. Hello everybody, and I am back. It is the next day and we are going to be doing 2 more looks with the GlamLite Margarita palette. First it's October, so we're gonna get in the festive, like, I got my Minnie Mouse ears, so I am nice and zoomed up. Eyes are primed, and do I want to start with the blue or the green? I have more hope for the blue look that I'm gonna do, so we're gonna start with the green. I kind of wanted to use all of these shades in here, and so far I have used these. Okay, so that means that I need to use these 2 down here as well as these 5 up here, and I only have I want to do the green with the browns. So first, what I am going to do is take a small little packing brush here, and I'm going to dip into Shot Time here on the top of the brush, and again I'm going to look straight down. I did not set my eye primer. I have noticed that GlamLite formula works better without setting your eyes. I normally always do this, but you kind of have to like gauge that according to specific shadows. So now I'm just gonna pack this and kind of blend it out while looking down, just because that's how I like to do it. I think it flatters my eyes gorgeously and I don't get the shadows too high on my eye. I'm gonna put just a little bit more, like it's pigmented and it's there. I could work with where it's at, but I just kind of want to add a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with a more fluffy brush here, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here called Melon. Get it on the tip of the brush as usual, tap it off, look down, and kind of blend it out. Okay, so one layer, like I can see it in person kind of showing up. You can see like it's kind of showing up, but not really. So I'm going to dip in a little bit more, and I'm gonna kind of focus on the inner portion right here. Okay, so now I'm going to take more of a dense brush, and I'm going to dip back into that same shade Melon right here, and I'm going to like pack it right here where I want the color. This shade is just super, super light, and I want it to show up. And then I'm going to go back into the same brush with no more product on it and kind of blend that out. Okay, now if I lean a little bit closer, you can see how it's getting a little bit muddy around here. I think that's just because of the colors I used, but I wanted to use every shade in this palette. So I really like each shade specifically. It's just the shades together, not all the best, but I'm going to go back in with this orange shade here and kind of redisperse that. Now I'm going to kind of pick it up on the side of the brush and kind of like drag it out, if that makes sense. And we're gonna flip to the top of the brush and blend to our little heart's content, and we're gonna switch back in. Okay. Like, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. So now I'm gonna go into Tequila Gold, which is this shade right here, which is gorgeous. And I'm gonna put that right on top of this warmer tone shimmer and kind of spread it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into Spicy Jalapeno here. And what I'm gonna do is put that on the inner corner, which is truly just a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Gonna do just one more layer of that because I want to. Okay, now I'm gonna take a clean finger and I'm just going to tap over the edges, kind of get the two to merge together so it's not such a harsh line. Like, I'm digging it. I'm not hating it. Okay, now I'm going to take and get my fluffy brush clean, and we're just going to take and blend the two together. Okay, like, I'm not hating it. So the only shades left that I have to use in this palette is these two. Oh, nope. This one and these two here. Okay, so first I'm gonna take this shade here, which is called Presidente, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Or not my inner corner, like my inner half of the lid. And then I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is Blue Curacao. I have no idea. And then I'm gonna take that and I'm going to put it on the outer portion of the lid here. Now we've got like blue shimmer all over our lid, and I'm going to take a clean finger and I'm going to mix the two blues together. Okay, we are nice and mixed, and I'm going to put that right here on the center, kind of merge the two together. So it's like a gradient effect, if that makes sense. Like, now it doesn't look as harsh as it did before. Okay. And now we're going to take our blush with the light blue packed all over it, and we're going to take and add that to the top in the crease. I have never done my eyeshadow this way, but it's going to get the blue to kind of merge with the shimmers into the crease because we don't have a deeper blue, at least not in this palette here. If you kind of look at it, you can see how the blue's lighter and it kind of gradients back into the deep blue because the shimmer kind of mixed with it, if that makes sense, like the pigment did. But you can see how it does not look the best anymore. So I'm going to do everything I just did one more time. I'm going to take the lighter blue on the inner corner here, and then I'm going to mix the two together, and we're going to place that on the center here to get a soft gradient. And then we're going to take the deep blue and we're going to put it back on this outer corner here, and then again with the middle shade to kind of merge these two shades together, which, okay, I don't absolutely hate it. and we're just gonna take the now I'm going to turn you off. I'm gonna go finish the face, and we will be back with our final thoughts on this gorgeous palette. So I will see you in a minute. All right, everybody, face is done. We're going to finish up the bottom lashes, put on some inner corner highlight, and do some mascara, and then we will do my lips, and we will round off my review of the palette. So first, I'm gonna finish off my green eye. I'm gonna take a little bit of Shot Time here on a little brush here, and we are going to put this very, very close to the lash line. Now I'm going to take a denser brush, and I'm going to go into Melon here, and I want to fix up the top just a little bit and kind of pack that over the orange to get it to stand out just a wee bit more, just because I feel like it. And we're going to put it on the lower lash line here. Okay, now we're going to transfer over to the other eye here, and I'm gonna use a tiny pencil brush, and we're gonna go into the shade we're gonna go into this dark blue shimmer shade here, and we're gonna place that on the lower outer portion of the lash. Don't know how this is gonna turn out. I don't really do looks like this all that often. I'm gonna pack it kind of in this outer corner here, get that dark blue to stand out. Now we're going to wipe the brush off, and we're gonna go into this shade here, and we're going to put it on the inner portion and overlap that like dark blue to get them to merge together, if that makes sense. So now that we have our lash line with the sparkles, I'm going to take the same brush after I have wiped it off and into this light blue kind of a shade here, and we're going to kind of blend the bottoms of that out. Okay, now we're gonna take our teeny tiny little brush that we used on the first two looks, dap it into the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlight. This one is in, yep, it's just in the shade Super Glow, and we're going to put this on the inner corner. Okay, and I just want to say really quick that I am loving this for an inner corner highlight because no matter what, it meshes into the colors so well. Like yesterday, it kind of pulled a little bit pink and then also a little bit orange, and now it's pulling blue, if you can see it on that side, and more like a kind of a green on this side. I don't know how it's doing that, or if it's just molding with the shimmer shades that I have already on the lid, but I think it is gorgeous. So I enjoy that. Now we're gonna go into my MAC Burnt Spice liquid lipstick, and then we will be back with mascara to discuss how I feel about this palette. So I gave you some close-ups of how these two turned out, and of the Margarita palette. However, I do wish they would have added, maybe taken out these two neutral shades here and added one like stark white inner corner highlight and one maybe deeper blue, or no, rather a deeper green, because I was able to create a beautiful blue look with the 3 shades that I did have, but maybe a deeper green. It's just, granted, you have 2 neutral shades in here for the neutral lover, which I understand. However, they did come out with a neutral palette for in this collection. But other than that, I think the color story is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. I don't really have any other problems with the color story. I did not have any problems really with any of the shades. However, some of them were a bit light, like this melon shade here was a bit light. However, it's a pastel shade and you have to build those up. And for me personally, I like to build shades up rather than go in too strong, if that makes sense. And I was able to use every shade in this palette. I'll just go across the row and say which one I used it in. So I used this in the yellow, this in the yellow, this one in the blue, these 2 in the green, this one in the yellow. Wait, no, that one was in the pink. That was in the pink. That was in the pink. These 2 were in the blue. These 2 were in the green. That was in the yellow, and these 2 were in the pink look. So I did use every shade in this palette. I think every shade performed beautifully. However, on this green look here, I had a hard time. Like, I would say I'm an amateur when it comes to makeup. I'm sorry that all of my looks were like kind of the same. I did go out of my comfort zone on these 2 looks, this one with more colors and this one putting the shimmers down first and all over the lid rather than using mattes to do that. But I do think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So this kind of, like, I wanted to do looks that I know I would do on a day-to-day basis. So, like, that's what I did. For the other 3 palettes, I will probably try and go out of my comfort zone. It's just this one was the first time I was trying, and I was trying to get a handle on the formula, if that makes sense. I've never tried anything from GlamLite before these, and I think every look that I came up with looks absolutely stunning. I didn't know how I was going to feel about this eye over here, but I think it turned out pretty gorgeous. The green and the, like, so spicy jalapeno and tequila gold actually merged together very, very nicely. I really enjoyed using this palette, and now I'm kind of sad that it's done. However, I could go and start one of my next palettes. So this was the first of the, there's the chocolate margarita, the wine, and the, dirty martini. So there's a margarita, chocolate margarita, dirty martini, and a wine palette, which I did buy the whole collection plus 1 more. So I'm super excited that I bought these. I love the looks that I came out with. Like this blue, like I didn't think I could love that so much, but it just looks gorgeous on the eyes. So I really did enjoy using this palette. I thought it was absolutely stunning. I don't think, like, I love this palette. Like, I don't really reach for color all that much, but now that, like, I'm starting to do my makeup more often, you will probably see that because I prefer to reach for colors over I do neutrals. So I didn't, like, mix and match colors. Maybe I can do that with, well, I did kind of on this side, like, find 2 colors, but I don't know. We'll see what I come up with the rest, but I really enjoyed this palette. And one thing that I did find, if you have the larger, like, this is just my project pan list here, but it's the same, like a large, what is this card? Flashcard, like one of the large ones. It's about the same size as the palette. So it's not too terribly big. It's nice, and like you can store this pretty easily. And this here is my everyday makeup drawer, which I have sitting next to me because I used all of the makeup that was in there for my look today. But I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. So yeah, I'm glad I bought this. I apparently am giving this a great review. I enjoyed using it. You have swatches for different looks. I used every shade in this palette, and I keep showing you the color story because I just think it is a gorgeous palette. You have, like, you don't really have many deep shades in here, so if you are more of a deeper skin tone, I don't think that this would work the best for you, because I have a very fair skin tone, and I had some like I had to build these shades up quite a bit, so I would just keep that in mind. The deepest shade in here is this strawberry shade, and granted it is deep, but it's not the deepest red I have ever come across. So it is more of a lighter skin tone color story, but I think it was gorgeous, and I like this palette. I hope this review was beneficial for you. If you like this video, if you would like to see the other videos that I have coming up on this full collection, please give this a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye! Oh, I'm not doing my normal thing. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!